Good Friday morning, March 31st, 2023. The greatest offensive seasons of all time, a book I wrote. I was curious which everyday ball players in the Hall of Fame had the best offensive seasons of all time. I did a series of videos and I ranked 477 offensive seasons. Babe Ruth came out on top, number one. This video, I'm going to rank the greatest pitching offensive season. What do I mean? Which pitcher had the greatest season of all time, and how do you rank them? Who's number one? Well, I came up with a list. It turned out to be, I've got it in this book, 241 pitching seasons that are outstanding. And how do I determine a pitching season? Obviously, number one, wins. How many wins? Two, how many innings pitched? Three, how many strikeouts? And four, how many shutouts? So I've got four categories. What I did was I added the four categories as one total number. Number one on the list, best pitching season of all time in the among Hall of Fame players. Charlie Radbourn, 1884 season. Listen to this: 60 wins, 678 innings pitched, 441 strikeouts, and 11 shutouts. That's a total number of 1190. If you add 60 plus 678 plus 441 plus 11, comes out to 1190. That is number one. I couldn't find anybody else that beat that number. 1190, Charlie Radbourn, 1884 season. So I have 241 seasons. And I need a cutoff number. I just can't keep going on indefinitely. So the cutoff number is 500. If your four categories adds up to 500 or more, you make the list of 241 greatest pitching offensive seasons. Following, Radbourn's number one. Two, Pud Calvin, 1884, 1063, his total number. And I'll go down the list, and you'll see that the numbers will go down as we get to 241. I'm not going to do all 241 now. I'll do about 60. Number three, Tim Keefe, 1883 season, 1024. Four, Charlie Radbourn, 1883 season, 1003. Five, John Clarkson, 1885 season, 994. Six, Pud Calvin, 1883 season, 986. Seven, John Clarkson, 1889 season, 961. Eight, Mickey Welsh, 1884 season, 945. Nine, Amos Rusi, 1890 season, 922. 10, Amos Rusi, 1892 season, 879. 11, Tim Keefe, 1886 season, 876. 12, Amos Rusi, 1891 season, 876. 13, John Ward, 1879 season, 875. 14, John Ward again, 1880 season, 872. 15, Tim Keefe, 1884 season, 857. 16, John Clarkson, 1886 season, 818. 17, Tim Keefe. 1888 season, 812. 18, Mickey Welsh. 1886 season, 806. 19, Mickey Welsh. 1885 season, 801. 20, John Clarkson. 1887 season, 800. 21, Ed Walsh. 1908 season, 779. 22, Pud Calvin. 1879 season, 772. 23, Rube Waddell. 1904 season, 765. 24, Charlie Bradburn. 1886 season, 757. 25, Bob Feller. You notice the first 24 are all old school. All these guys from the 1870s, 1880s, 1890s, 1900s. But 25 on the list, Bob Feller, 1946 season, 755. 26, New School, Sandy Koufax, 1965 season, 751. 27, John Clarkson, 1888 season, 742. 28, Jack Chesbro, 1904 season, 740. 29, Mickey Welsh, 1880 season, 735. 30, Nolan Ryan, 1973 season, 734. So he's the second new school player. All these other guys, these first 30, 28 are old school. Only 2 in the new school era, which is after 1950. Old school is before 1950, from 1870 to about 1949. You have 28 players, pitchers, with the top, best pitching performances. And then you have the 2 that I just mentioned, Sandy Koufax and Nolan Ryan. 31, Amos Rusi, 1893 season, 727. 32, Nolan Ryan, 1974 season, 724. 33, Walter Johnson, 1912 season, 712. That's the first time for Walter. He comes in at number 34 on the list of best pitching seasons, even though he's considered the greatest pitcher of all time. But according to what you add up, his total score for those 4 categories comes in at number 34. 35, Pud Calvin, 1880 season, 711. 36, Al Spalding, 1875 season, 706. 37, Al Spalding again, 1874 season, 704. 38, Tim Keefe, 1887 season, 702. 39, Kid Nichols, 1891 season, 700. 40, Christy Mathewson, 1908 season, 697. 41, Steve Carlton, 1972 season, 691. It's the third new schooler after Koufax, Ryan, and now we get Carlton. 42, Kid Nichols, 1892 season, 685. 43, Ed Walsh, 1912 season, 680. 44, Kid Nichols, 1890 season, 680. 45, Amos Rusi, 1894 season, 678. 46, Sandy Koufax, 1966 season, 672. 47, Christy Mathewson, 1903 season, 666. 48, Cy Young. First time for Cy Young, 1892 season, 666. So Young, as far as greatest pitching season of all time, he comes in at number 48. How about that? Even though he has the most wins of all time. 49, Tim Keefe, 1885 season, 666. 50, Vic Willis, 1902 season, 666. 51, Nolan Ryan, 1977 season, 663. 52, Pete Alexander, 1915 season, 660. First time for Pete, even though he has 373 wins. He comes in at number 52. Wow. 53, Ed Walsh, 1907 season, 657. 54, Ed Walsh, 1911 season, 655. 55, Randy Johnson, 1999 season, 654. That's the fourth new schooler. 56, Sandy Koufax, 1963 season, 653. 57, Ed Walsh, 1910 season, 652. 58, Rue Baudel, 1903 season, 651. 59, Rue Baudel, 1905 season, 649. And number 60, Randy Johnson, 2001 season, 644. So I just went from 1 to 60. Greatest offensive pitching seasons as far as adding wins, innings pitched, strikeouts, and shutouts, all as one number. Charlie Radbourn, number 1, 1190. And right now we are at number 60, and the score is 644. I was curious, how many times does a player land in the top 60? We've got Radbourn 1, 2. Let's see, Radbourn 3. In the top 60, you got Radbourn 3 times. But you know which pitcher really surprised me? Amos Rusi. His pitching performance. You add up wins, innings, strikeouts, and shutouts. In the top 60, you want to know how many times he's mentioned? Amos Rusi. 1, 2, 3. Amos Rusi. 4, 5. 5 times in the top 60. 5 seasons. He's in the top 60. Nobody else comes close. Got Koufax a couple times, Nolan Ryan a couple times, Bud Calvin a couple, Cy Young once, Tim Keefe a couple, John Ward a couple, John Clarkson, Walter Johnson twice, Spalding twice, got Feller once, Nichols, Mathewson, Carlton, Walsh, Pete Alexander once, Walsh about 3 times for Walsh, Rue Baudel, and Randy Johnson. These are the greatest pitchers of all time, hands down. I mean, if you have an offensive season as a high score, you have the wins, the innings, the strikeouts, and the shutouts. You add that as one number, and you're in the top 60 greatest, you've got to be a great pitcher of all time. All right, that's 1 through 60. Next video, we'll do 61 through 120. And like I said, I have 241 on the list. And the cutoff number is 500. You have to have a score of 500 or above to get on the list. So we'll continue next time. Thanks. I'm out.